Right, let's take a look at this Beko then. It looks quite similar to one I've had in the past, but it's not. This is actually a lower model. The one in the past is still here. It's behind me. Right, it's Beko WMB 61431. The one I had in the past has the same door, same display and everything. It's a WM74135. So there's a bit of a difference. Yeah, that's 7 kilo, this is 6 kilo, this is 1400 spin, that's 1300. I'm going to take a little look. At it. Right. Cool. So we've got a hair clip there. I'm going to take that out. But other than that, the door seal itself is mold free. So there's another hair clip. Right, so turning the drum's quite difficult. It's rubbing against the drum somewhere. Oh, I see. So it looks like the door seal has come away at the top actually, that's a bit unusual. There we go. Right, yeah, it's a bit weird. It sort of started flicking under. It flicked under the drum at the top. Possibly from the way it's been in the car or been in the chap's van. And being moved from house to house. Because this, I bought 2 washers and a dryer on a auction on eBay. Supposedly they're all working. This and the dryer haven't been used for over a year. There's another washer, there's an Indesit that's actually the latest model in Curry's, and he said that was being used up to about 3-4 weeks ago. So our bearings are fine, spiders are fine, door seal's pretty clean, and other than a bit of rust, there's rust in it from the hair clips from sitting there for however long. Right, this door could deal with adjusting somehow because it's kind of like dropped. So when I'm shutting this, you can see there where it keeps rubbing every time you try and close the door. So you're sort of having to lift the door to close it. So that's got to be addressed. We'll see if there's any other problems. So I'm going to switch on now. Can we switch on my water? No. That could help. Switch on. It switches on. It's the same programming as the WMP 652 that I've got right next to it. In fact, these two machines, the Beko WMP and this WMB, are exactly the same machine. It's even got the same drum actually, believe it or not. It's just that the cabinet is much shorter than the, and obviously you've got a different style altogether. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. At least with Daily Quick though, on this, or Time Saver, at least you can get to 1400 RPM. That's 1500 RPM next to it, and that has a max of 1000 because of it. Interesting. You've got dark hair, and yeah, it's pretty much the same as I would expect. Right, well, we'll just test it out then. I'll put a bit of varial in and then see what it does. I mean, the good thing about Daily Quick, Time Saver on this, is it adds water later on in the main wash, then heats it all up. So it gets to sort of like there and then heats it all up. So you don't even need a drum clean cycle, you just let time saver with that and it becomes the drum clean cycle. Actually, I'm just going to pause it and let the door unlock. I'm going to throw this towel in. It's actually clean with bar a bit of dust. It's a massive big bath sheet, so just test like the suspension on it. Because of course it kind of switches off on the time saver. Oh, also the belt might do that noise, because obviously it's just been put in. Nothing happens. But it'll probably go after 2 or 3 cycles. Well, looks like it's passed. Seems to be fine. Sort of. It's drained, but not fully drained. And it's spun, but not fully spun. It's just a case like the filter, because it's draining, just not fast. So, I think it'll be alright. Sounds. If these came out of the actual machine, it's likely that the whole thing's like filled up, clogged up a bit. It looks like the towel feels like it's been spun, but with the amount of water still remaining in the drum, the filters was probably clogged up in this. These, when these were sold to me, they were sold as, well, they were just sold as working but not been used for over a year, so I got all three for like a lot cheaper than buying individually, actually, if that makes sense. I'm going to have a look at the filter first and then we'll do something else, yeah? So, this is why it wasn't fully working. I'm not kidding, that is all that. Oh, and this pump. It was full of crap behind the actual blades there. You take that out and clean it. So, hopefully, should be fully working now. So, just like the Beko WM64 whatever, we've got this under IWC 81482. It's from the same person. Turns out they're actually from rental houses, so they said he was apparently using, I think, this one up until a couple of weeks ago. But right, I took the filter out, I opened the door, and can you hear that? You can hear sort of like a scrape every now and then. Right, so I think there's something down here. Anyway, the filter was actually clear. There was nothing in it apart from rusty water. And when I first got the machine, I checked down here and feeling there's a load of coins down there. But if I put my hand further up here and pinch, now there's no ball, they took them out, right? But it clearly feels like something quite, I think there's something there. So we're going to take the sump off, retrieve the coins, and see what's in here. My reckoning is something like a sock. Right, so we'll take a look, see if this works. So it's a Zanussi ZDCB 37209W. It's the replacement for the ZDC 37200. Obviously the only difference being is the icons, and that's, oh, and the times are slightly different actually on the dial. You're gonna excuse the mud. That isn't what came with the dryer, because I'm gonna show you in a minute. So hang on. So this is how it's come. Got a load of fluff here. This isn't sitting in properly for some reason down here. Right, I'll get the mud out in a minute. Let's get the mud out. And in here we've got two bags. Now these are full of clothes. Now I'm just going to tell you, so now I've got some clothes for the workshop, or spare clothes shall we say. Trouble is they're all mucky, that's why bags of pencil and mud everywhere. These are on the street, like up the road from this workshop where I parked the car, and they've been there for about. They were clearly chucked out with the bins, but they never got collected. So, and they were sat there for about 4 or 5 days. So I thought, well, might as well take him. Right, we've got quite a fair build up down here of thingy, and this water bottle needs emptying. Very usual this breaks here, but we've still got our thing, which is good. I suppose this needs cleaning. I'm wondering if this might. I'll see if it runs as with a dry load, and then I'm gonna have to try and. I think this is leaning forward, so it's no good for drying at the minute. Actually, it's not too bad. I've seen worse, but it looks like it's never been done. So I'll just take what I can see there off. It's not too bad. So basically, this should be fully working. It might trip the electrics, but it shouldn't do, because this has been sat in the car for that long that any water that did leak out simply dried up. And it's been sat here for about 2 days. So there's no reason for it to trip the electrics, but we're going to test. I say it should fully work because it came with the Beko WM64301. So this is the second machine I'm showing you. I'll show you the third briefly, and then I'll show you. So this is the third one, this Indesit IWC 81482. Looks to be okay actually. So I better clear this mud out and then we'll get it going. Right, so now we've cleaned it out. Right, so we're going to plug it in. This is where it might trip, even if I'm just plugging it in. It hasn't. And we seem to still work. So that's all working. Right. So now we're in service mode, so this is where we now check. So number one's the pump, but there is no pump on this because obviously it's at the bottom. If it was my Electrolux, for example, my Ionade, it would be pumping. We've got motor only. But that is really, that's actually quieter than the previous gen. So this is for the starter motor capacitor. It does a jogging basically. Then it's motor and heat. So this is why I leave the condenser door open. I'll seal on the condenser door's fine as well. It's a good thing. So I can now check it for heat. It's getting warm. It's not blitzering warm. Oh, it's getting warm now. go. Ah, there we go. Right, so the first one's low heat, but now this is high heat because that's just gone off to all of a sudden. And then there's a dead zone, so this is likely something else. Actually, I think on the Electrolux it's something to do with the iron aid. Then this shows up any fault codes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. So we've got a fault code of 83 for some reason. So if I go back now, it should be cleared. Indeed it is. Nothing there now. Alright, so that's all done then. And that works. Right, I'm just going to run that for about half an hour on its own. On a half an hour program. Right, so just quick, we're going to have a look at this. Just quickly test the spin outs at least on this. It has got a problem. We've solved one. We've still got another problem to solve. But anyway, I'll give you a quick show over it. Now it's going to be getting on now. It's a Whirlpool AWO 10761 7 kilo AA rated. And this is back when drums were... The Whirlpool drums are actually correctly sized as well. So back here you had a 5, 6 and 7. And all that happened that this would just get longer and longer. The drum would actually get bigger. We've got a hot and cold fill. We've just replaced the wire so we can obviously use it because it was tripped out. It's the inside of it's quite neatly set up. So we have tub clamps all the way around. To change the bearings on this, it's a bit different to how you normally do it. So you take the back cover off. You take the weight off, you take the motor off, you undo the pulley, as per normal, take all these clamps off, and then you could pull the tub backwards and out, basically. It's basically how you change the bearings and put it all back together. So, bearing change on this should be extremely fast and straightforward. It's also incredibly... so we've got an electronic, obviously, use of it, but it still runs off this mechanical timer for the changeover for the spray for inside the drawer. Anyway, ready? So we turned on, and look how bright blue it lights up. Actually, I think these were always quite dim. They were never that bright. Or it may just be going dim over time. So let's say we select cotton 95. Antibacterial. So it starts off at 60. If you press up and down on here, and you can get to 95. Yeah, you'll notice straight away that the 60 cycle is longer. We have a special 7 kilogram button. You need to press that with cotton 60 to obviously do the standard program. We've got a variable spin as well. So all that does is, that's quite good actually, you just repeatedly press that. And we've got a delay start as well in hours, so we'll go up to 24. 23 hours, that's weird. No spin actually drops the final spin, the final time to 1 hour 49, which would suggest that it's cuts all spins by looks of things. It does. We've got pre-wash option, obviously. This is really annoying though. Oh, what? Wait, what? Pressing pre-wash drops the time. I've got an intensive rinse option. Let's start spin then. So spin. Right, just before I start it, there's quite a bit of mould here. Now, if you notice this is lifted up. That's because the damper on this side is completely snapped away, so it's actually only got one damper. So if I spin the drum, it's also making a bit of a noise, but you'll notice how much play is in the drum. It should spin though. So I pressed reset and it's not really wanting to do anything. So I press rinse and spin, then you hear it tick over a little bit. What happens if I select cotton? It works! Okay, so what actually happened is I was messing about, and what I did was I put it on spin, press start, and I went to open the door, and it opened. And then closed the door, and then it locked. I don't think it was locking the first few times. Maybe I need to look at the lock a bit further at some point. Because if I now press reset and drain, it should come up 2 minutes, then drain. It wasn't doing that before, was it? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it off. That now should technically reset. So, and now the door locks come up there. See, it's door locked. It wasn't coming up before. I don't think it was coming up before, so it wasn't locking. But for some reason, the machine doesn't stop itself from. It just kind of continues going on as if it was fine to do so without telling you. So without that door engaged, it ain't going to engage the motor. Trying to actually reset the. There we go, now we reset. Hopefully. Trying to get this reset is extremely hard. There we go, it's 1. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move all this back over. There we go, and you hear all that ticking all the time. So it's got to go through that motion to reset. If you're mid through cycle, it's likely if you press reset, you're going to hear a load of clicking first. Advanced, but it's a bit complicated. I think it's too overcomplicated. I had a click there. Right, so now we've got a problem where it says door locked and it's not locked. We're on reset drain as well. Oh no, it's gone out now. That's weird. It's taking a bit of time. Watch, if I press radius to spin, you will hear it start clicking. Ready? Sometimes you do. It doesn't pass. Right, so I'm going to do that. Spin. Right, so what I'm going to do is shut the door normally, then press start. Right, now it says door locked. We can hear it clicking away. I'm going to let it click till, and then it will stop, and then it will re-engage drain, and it should start turning. Doesn't, I'm going to check that door in a second. It's telling me the door's locked, but is it? Ready? Right, so next click, back on. Wait. It's working now. And the door is actually locked. Right, bit of a bizarre one that. So there we go, we've got it working. So all I'm going to do is get a damper, and then we should be away. Right, so when it zooms in, so there we go. We've got another Zanu Cylinder 300, but this is the 8 kilo model, and it's even got the 8 kilo drum line, like in the same Cylinder 100, and it's leaking. So I'm not even going to bother plugging this in to test. I put bets on it when I bought it. The bets turned out right. Yep, one of the easiest fixes again. No different to the other one, the 300. Even the bearings are fine on this. Right, so we've done a repair now. So let's see if this actually works. It switches on, and it's preset at 30, which is the last program used, because that's what this does on this machine. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into service mode. Right, so now we're in service cycle, let's go. Or is it? That's direct fill. That's why it's changed over there. There's 3 openings for it. There's one direct to it. Then we've got fabric softener. So, because you've still got the crossover going through there and there. That's how we can tell. It's not exact. This machine isn't exactly Mark III, unfortunately. There's a few scuffs, especially around the door. Most likely from the dog that they had. So checking his sleep, and there's also a dent down here, but you can't really see it actually, it doesn't stand out. Right, so what we're going to do is allow it to heat from 15 to about 40. Well, I'm going to allow it to get to about 25, 30 because one thing is noticeable with this is the plastics and the metal itself have already started to yellow. It's only a 3-year-old, according to her. I will check it later on. And it's already yellowing, although it doesn't seem to progress. It seems to turn like this and then stop. The plastics can go either way. Sometimes they stop like this, or they carry on, keep going yellow. There's something I might have got to do, so we'll just see. Going to wash. It's got a brush motor. It's not like that one. Right. It's this, ready? I forgot to plug the pump in. Hence error 23. What is interesting is the door's unlocked. I suppose it's a bit like an emergency release because it knows that you can't release it. Or at least, so what I'm going to do is... That's weird. Right, so we're going to turn it off, plug the pump in. There is a filter, there is a sort of a filter in it, it's just a coin filter. But you have to remove the whole thing from the base of the drum. So I'm going to turn it off, I'm going to plug it, and we'll try again, hang on. Yep. This door seal doesn't have any mould, but it does need a good scrub. Amazingly, it just looks a bit. It's just got like there's no mould set into it, which is really nice. So what I'm gonna do: switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on, and now I'm gonna put some descaler in and set this on the boil wash with the intensive option. Right, just for reference, Cotton's Eco is even longer on this than it is on the other Lindos. Because it's still running with, I think it's running still with the, but with quick it's quicker. And draining spin's really quick. What's that all about? Mix 20's quicker too. So I think that this Lindo runs with programming from the Lindo 100 actually. Right, so we've got this Indesit IWC 81482. 1400 spin start model. I've just put it into test mode. About 3 at the minute. So I'm just going to quickly test if this works, and then we'll just sort it with some towels in. So at the minute, it sounds a little bit like the inlet is struggling to shut off a little bit. But sometimes this tends to happen a lot in this workshop. And then after a cycle or two, it stops doing it. It's quite mouldy inside the door seal here. There is a kick plate. I've taken it off because the actual cooling filter was fine, but the little sump has a little pouch, and that had actually collected around £1.40 a change or something like that. So that's been taken out. So I'll put it all back together. So now we just need to see if it's okay. It doesn't leak. Make sure. And one thing that's coming up straight away is the filth inside the water. So it's probably been used either in the 20-degree zone or the 20-minute refresh. The drawer is absolutely filthy. When I took it out the car, here you can notice all this. This literally slid out the drawer, which was a bit weird and bizarre. So what I did there was turn it from 90 to cold, because otherwise it heats up to 40. As soon as I turned it to cold, it recognised that it was warm, so therefore it just drained it out. Draining works fine. Should go to spin in a second. hear something behind it, like shuffling about. So this has the time lock on it. Nice. So yeah, we're just going to shove a couple of towels in it, suck some DAS in, and then we're just going to throw it on the 95 cycle, see how it gets on. I know it's not ideal at the minute. Right, let's do its thing. What is unusual is the actual drum, the back of it. It's slightly different to the old ones, so. Well, it smells alright actually, I suppose. So it all works.